Super Saturday, your place to hone your superpowers and get ready for the 2020 Casa Superhero Run. Thank you for helping kids in foster care. And if you haven't already registered to enter the Baylor Scott and White virtual run challenges, enter the Creel Law Group Superhero Costume Contest or fundraise for kids and win great prizes. Go to CasaSuperheroRun.com as soon as we're done. Today is sponsored by HEB. Thank you so much. I'm Greg Burrow of Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy, and it is officially superhero story time. Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled. Superman, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and Hawkgirl, dedicated to truth, justice, and peace for all sentient beings. While the pandemic rages across the planet, heroes are still out there doing their best to protect us all. Even our intrepid heroes are practicing social distancing during their weekly Justice League board meeting.
Is everyone here?
Flash, he isn't going to be here today. He let me know he had someone to take care of.
Hawkman was too busy as well.
I think there are enough of us to get through the basics. Hey.
Hey, sorry, I'm here. Took a little bit longer than I thought.
Glad you could make it, Flash. As chairperson of the Hall of Justice, I'll start the meeting. We've been notified that CASA of Travis County, Williamson County, and Central Texas are turning their Superhero Run 2020 into a virtual event.
Wise, considering the pandemic.
Holy social distancing, Batman!
How can we help?
Go to CasaSuperheroRun.com and read the information there. Signing up or donating for the virtual run and letting people know about the virtual run is best. They have a lot of really fun things planned for every Saturday in August and September on their Facebook page leading up to the September virtual run.
I've already liked and followed their page.
Very good, hot girl.
I like how creative they've gotten. I like the run map art.
Batman, you had one of your bat files you wanted to share with us?
Right. I call this file the Challenge of the Catwoman. It is night, in a secret hideaway somewhere in Gotham City, as a woman in a feline costume strokes a Siamese cat and speaks to several well-dressed men.
Quiet, Hecate, my pet. Quiet. And now, gentlemen, what do you think of my offer?
Let me get this straight, Catwoman. You claim you can make a sap out of the Batman.
Precisely. I will challenge him to capture me, give him the route I plan to take, and then elude him. When he returns without me, he will become a laughingstock.
Hey, sounds good. You pull it off, and he's finished in Gotham.
But I'll only do it for lots of cash. You guys are the top gang leaders in the country. You can afford a pretty penny.
You got it, Catwoman. You make a fool of Batman, and we'll kick in a cool meal.
Next morning, in the home of Bruce Wayne, where Dick Grayson has just arrived home from vacation from Hudson University.
Your breakfast and your paper, sir.
Thank you, Alfred.
What's the news, Bruce? I think you'll both find something interesting on the challenge on page 1.
Huh. So, the Catwoman claims she can stop us from capturing her. She phoned her route to the paper.
Only one possible answer to that. Right, Bruce?
Check, Dick. We're going to accept her challenge. The following day, Bruce and Dick, secretly Batman and Robin, don disguises to travel aboard the train on which the Feline Fury has boasted she will begin her journey.
Look at the mob scene that's here, Batman. I guess they're all hoping to see Catwoman and Batman.
Don't the fools realize we'll be both traveling in disguise? As the train begins its trip, a bearded man stands near the water cooler. Sooner or later, everyone on the train will get a drink, and I'll retrieve the paper cups in this coach while Robin takes the other one. Finally, in the baggage car where the dynamic duo set up a crime lab,
I've checked everyone in my coach, Batman, and no one has a Catwoman's fingerprints.
Wait, here's the one. An elderly lady in a green hat. She's really the Catwoman. Moments later, the disguised crime fighter sits next to the suspect. End of the line for you, Catwoman. I'll snap on the cuffs.
Batman, clever of you to spot me, but I have other plans. Goodbye.
She's running away. Great Scott, she jumped! Just as we were passing over a bridge. Quick, the emergency cord!
Why did you drop the train, Batman?
The Catwoman jumped, Robin. Quick, off the train.
Uh-oh. Get a load of that, Batman. There was a net below.
She must have had several set up along the route, in case she needed to use them. But notice the unusual shape of this net.
Right. It's shaped like a giant cat's cradle.
The chase continues to the Mississippi River, where the Batman and Robin don different disguises aboard the riverboat, Southern Maid.
Okay, Batman. Now how do we find Catwoman this time?
We've checked out all the women. Seems like an unlikely suspect, but she might be disguised as a man. Let's walk around looking up as if we see something interesting.
Oh, I dig. Other folks will look up too to see what we're gaping at. Then we'll spot her.
No. Wait. There she is. Snatching a hat from a young man, the Batman reveals the raven hair of the Catwoman. You were too cautious, Catwoman. When you looked up, I could see your face.
Get him, men.
Okay, Catwoman.
So the Catwoman had her bully boy standing by.
We'll see if there's enough room left to swing at these cats.
Hey, we didn't know Robin was with the Batman. Knock the Batman off balance. Over he goes.
Hey, he knocked us out. I had to jump in to save him.
Huh. Hey, what happened, Robin?
You were KO'd and tossed in. Uh-oh. Catwoman and her pals are getting away on a boat. Whew. We made it to shore at last. But where's the Catwoman gone?
We're not far from Chatfield, Arkansas, Robin.
Chatfield. Say C-H-A-T. That's French for cat.
Right. And I know of a private airfield near here. Let's get into costume and head for it. But as the dynamic duo approaches the field,
Too late. It looks like they're taking off.
just what I want. Alfred is bringing the bat plane, and it's faster. Catwoman wouldn't do this without being paid, and I want to get to the men who are making the payoff. A few hours later, at a field near Gotham City.
You did it, Catwoman.
You sure did.
And we're here to pay you.
Thanks, gentlemen. I am so... The bat plane!
Watch it. They're dropping a big net.
That's it, Robin. We've netted the whole group, top gang leaders all.
This is the real payoff. A net full of fish, and one of them even a catfish. Wow, that was a great case, Robin. That was a great case. I remember that. She was a wily one.
Right you are, Robin.
Other business?
Encouraging social distancing and wearing face masks in public is essential.
Indeed, this virus is even affecting members of the Justice League.
How is Hal, the Green Lantern? Last I heard, he had to self-quarantine.
He's still getting over it. Luckily, he didn't get bad enough to be hospitalized, but it was still pretty bad.
Well, we're so glad to hear he's getting better.
Legion of Doom has been laying pretty low lately. I haven't seen any of the major players out and about.
Lex Luthor was hermetically sealed himself in one of his compounds.
We've been pretty isolated in Atlanta, so we've been pretty lucky.
Carter and I have been working from home since the college campus has been closed. He's at home now preparing for next semester.
Paradise Island is isolated, and they haven't encountered any cases of COVID, so they've locked the barrier to ensure things stay that way.
What about Giganta? Did that device work?
Yes, thank you for that, Bruce. We were able to get her to shrink down to 6 feet tall, and the device you gave me is keeping her at that size. The EMTs were able to get her into the hospital. She's still pretty sick, but at least they're able to treat her.
Doctors, nurses, and EMTs, they're the real heroes this year.
So true, Robin.
Wearing a face mask and washing your hands are often the best ways to keep from spreading this disease.
Be sure the face mask is covering your nose and mouth. If it isn't covering your nose or your mouth, the mask isn't doing any good.
So true. Diana, you would tell me you had something you want to share with us?
I wanted to read the first chapter from one of my latest books, written by Shannon and Dean Hale, illustrated by Victoria Ying. Diana, Princess of the Amazons. Chapter 1, Making a Friend.
Our story begins with a very young hero, Diana, who one day will become none other than Wonder Woman, running across a path with a great ancient column city of Themyscira.
As hometowns go, you can't beat Themyscira.
Diana runs with the cheetahs, swims with the dolphins, and plays on the beaches.
Over 3,000 years ago, the gods placed the Amazons on the Paradise Islands and hid them from the rest of the world. But there's plenty to do for kids like me. It's spring, and everywhere I look, mother animals are caring for their young.
As Diana looks around the forest, she sees baby animals being cared for by their parents.
But when they start growing up, it all changes.
As Diana watches, the parent birds push their young offspring out of the nest. After falling in shock, it flies off.
Yep, plenty to do for kids.
As Diana runs around the city, adults are everywhere, all talking and not paying any attention to our young hero.
If there were any other kids.
As she runs into the Capitol building, she runs by a stoic guard. Hello, Princess.
Hi, Auntie Dessa. My mother, Queen Hippolyta, has always been ruler of the Amazons. Every single person on the Paradise Islands is thousands of years old, but never ages. So it was a pretty big deal when I was born.
As she runs through the halls, paintings line the walls of a baby girl, then of a toddler, then of a very young girl.
There are a ridiculous number of paintings of me. Well, paintings of little me. There haven't been any recently.
She runs into a conference room filled with regal Amazon women. Diana runs up to the most regal woman in the room.
Mother, are you ready to play slap ball?
Not yet, Diana. Senator, I understand your concern.
Hey, I haven't seen any cheetah cubs yet this spring. Is it somebody's job to keep track of Themyscira's wildlife?
Diana, please, just wait. As I was saying, Senator...
But with the weather turning, we must
be guarding the gate.
I don't even know what else to do.
And the Dog Master needs a break.
Blah, blah, blah.
Training
Blah,
the
blah,
troops,
blah,
blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
As the senators argue, all vying for the queen's attention, Diana sneaks out the window.
I've been practicing slap ball all week. My mom was going to be so impressed. When I was like 2, I threw a rock and hit a target. My mother literally threw a party to celebrate. I'm so much better now than I was 2. So where are the parties? Watch this.
Diana picks up a rock and throws it, smashing a vase some quite distance away.
Don't.
Here's another thing about being the only kid. There are a lot of aunties to notice when you do something wrong. And to tell on you.
Diana, what has come over you lately? This is not how Amazons behave.
Sorry.
For breaking her pot, you will spend the afternoon helping the stable master.
But you promised we could play slap ball today.
I'll meet you there later.
Diana slowly shuffles through the city. She then goes to the practice grounds where the Amazon warriors are practicing their skills.
General Antiope pairs all the warriors with a partner who matches their size and ability. My mother says I'm too young to start training. Besides, there's no one Antiope could pair me with.
Diana faces her shadow and practices a few combat moves. Slowly, she walks away until she's by the pottery shed.
Auntie Lyra, have you seen my mom?
No, Princess. No one's been all day.
Deanna, I just wanted to.
All day. Diana then goes inside to her room.
Deanna, I just wanted to. Hey, is everything okay?
I'm just bored.
Diana, sitting on the floor, taps one of her several dolls.
Remember when we used to pretend that this one was the sorceress Circe?
The Amazon adult picks up one of the dolls and points it towards Diana.
I turned you into an animal and you zap.
Oh no, I'm turning into a bat.
We haven't played with your dolls in forever. Well, I guess you're too old for that now.
I guess. It seems like I'm either too old or too young for everything. Stuck in the middle.
Morning. Tutoring. Diana sits on a lone desk facing a chalkboard that Cleo, her tutor, is writing diagrams on. And so that is why the chicken could never have come before the egg. That is all for today.
Thanks, Cleo.
Quickly, Diana races out of the school room and runs to her mom's office.
Mom?
Her mom's empty office. She leaves, picks up her slap ball, and goes to the slap ball court. No one is there.
I've been practicing so hard.
Diana walks by the pottery shed.
Auntie Lyra, do you want to play slap ball with me?
I can't at the moment, Princess. I've got to keep an eye on my kilns.
Yeah, everyone's too busy.
Here, come help me prep this clay. Just start squishing and rolling. Get the air bubbles out. Once upon a time, the queen of the Amazons wanted a daughter more than anything in the world.
I think I know this one. My mother used to tell me the story of my birth all the time.
She molded a baby, a perfect baby from clay. She named her Diana. And with hope in her heart, she breathed life into her. The gods and goddesses heard her plea, and the clay girl came to life. Woof! Clearly, I'm not a queen of the Amazons. Correct? Looks like we didn't work this clay long enough before sculpting. In my shop, if it's not perfect, it's not good.
Can I keep the clay anyway?
Of course.
More than anything in the world, my mother longed for a daughter. What do I long for? I mix the clay with wet sand.
A bird flies down and watches.
Hello, bird. You think I'm acting funny, don't you? But imagine how you'd feel if you were the only bird on the entire island.
Slowly, Diana sculpts a figure on the beach. Slowly, the figure takes shape as a girl, the same size as Diana.
What if I could have a friend? What if... Mona. Your name will be Mona. And you'll be as real as me. Please, be real. Be like me. Be my friend so I'm not alone.
Diana waits, hoping, but no change in the shape. Dejected, Diana walks away through the woods, but before she can leave the forest, she hears sounds.
I'm pretty good at guessing animals by their sounds. But that doesn't sound like any creature I know. Whatever was following me is now running away from me. What? It looks like a person, but why would any Amazon sneak around or run from me? Not an Amazon, too small. More like a kid. It's you.
It's you.
Mona and Wonder Woman face each other for the first time.
And that and that's the end of chapter 1.
I've never thought of what your childhood must have been like.
There were moments that were lonely, but as with anyone growing up, there are trials that one must face and overcome.
Well, this has been a good meeting, but there's things I have to get done.
Tell Carter hi for us.
Will do.
What has Alfred cooked up for us for lunch, Batman?
I think some fish and chips.
Really?
Sorry, old chum.
Chum, really?
Really putting my foot in it. Sorry.
I don't get it.
Shark bait.
So, way to go, everyone. Thank you for joining Casa on this Super Saturday to hone your superpowers. Tune in next Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for the Build Your Super Strength workout with Frankly Well. And don't forget to head to CasaSuperheroRun.com to register for the Baylor, Scott, and White virtual run challenges, enter the Creel Law Group Superhero Costume Contest, or fundraise for kids and win great prizes this Super September. Also, remember, today was sponsored by HEB.